So today I thought it'd be fun if we talk about Tak and the Power of Juju, because this was another cartoon that I watched as a kid. And just in case you guys happen to stumble across this video and don't remember what Tak and the Power of Juju was, I don't blame you, because there definitely was a lot of cartoons for us to watch as kids. So if you don't remember this cartoon, or it just flew under the radar, I don't blame you. It's a common thing. But I just want to give my overall thoughts when it comes to how I truly feel about Tak and the Power of Juju when it comes to a lot of the topics that we talk about surrounding the show in this video. So this should be fun, you know, just going back in time and just talking about everything revolving the show and just sharing my experience with you guys. So if you guys have any thoughts of your own that you want to share with me when it comes to Tak and the Power of Juju, be sure to let me know in the comments as always, because I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comments after every video. But without further ado, let's just dive straight into this conversation surrounding Tak and the Power of Juju. So let's begin with how Tak and the Power of Juju came to exist, because this wasn't a show Nickelodeon created from scratch. It actually started as a video game series. And the first game, Tak and the Power of Juju, launched in 2003, developed by Avalanche Software and published by THQ. It followed Tak, a young apprentice shaman, using magical juju powers to protect his Pupanu tribe from an evil shaman named Tulak. And the game's release on platforms like PlayStation 2 and GameCube sold over 1 million copies across 3 titles by 2005, which convinced Nickelodeon to adapt it into a cartoon. And the show premiered on August 31st, 2007 as Nickelodeon's second fully CGI series following the adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. It was also the first series produced entirely by a Nickelodeon animation studio, marking a significant project for them to develop the show, aiming to tap into the game's fanbase. And I remember being intrigued as a kid, excited that a game I enjoyed was getting its own series. However, turning a game focused on epic adventures into a kid's cartoon was challenging, as the formats demand different storytelling. In the games, Tak was a heroic figure fulfilling a prophecy, but the show reimagined him as a 14-year-old, often misused his juju magic, leading to comedic mischiefs in the village. New characters like Jira, the chief's daughter, and a variety of magical juju beings were added to create a lighthearted, episodic tone. This shift gave the show a distinct identity, prioritizing humor over heroism. And I think this was an interesting choice, but it definitely created some hurdles that we'll explore later. And the show's roots as a video game adaptation gave it a fresh starting point. The Pupanu world, with its jungles and magic, offered something different from Nickelodeon viewers. Launching a series based on a niche game in 2007, though it was a risk, especially with Nickelodeon's lineup of blockbuster shows, it had potential, but it needed to define itself clearly to stand out on its own. And what I love most about Tak and the Power of Juju was its world. It felt completely different from other Nickelodeon shows. The story was set in the Pupanu village, a vibrant jungle community filled with memorable characters. There was Tak, our well-meaning but clumsy hero. There was Jabolba, his 177-year-old shaman mentor, Locke, a boastful warrior who was secretly a coward, and Jira, Tak's loyal friend. The heart of the world, though, was the Jujus, magical beings from another dimension who fueled Tak's powers and added a layer of chaos. Each Juju brought its own personality to the show. For instance, some were mischievous, sparking wild events, while others were quirky, adding humor through their odd behaviors. These characters shaped the show's adventurous and unpredictable feel, keeping the village in constant motion. CGI animation enhanced this world with bright colors and exaggerated designs, creating a lively, almost otherworldly atmosphere. And as a kid, I was captivated by how imaginative it all seemed, like a magical jungle adventure came to life. And the humor leaned on absurdity, often centered around Tak's magical mistakes or the Juju's antics, with a fast-paced comedic style. Episodes were split into two 11-minute segments, allowing for a quick, light-hearted stories. And despite the focus on comedy, the show had its warmth, particularly in Tak and Jira's friendship, which balanced the chaos, and I appreciated how it blended its quirky energy and relatable moments, even if the humor wasn't always a hit with everyone. This distinctive world was the show's greatest asset. In my view, it embraced a unique mix of fantasy and a tropical charm, setting it apart from other cartoons. That originality made it memorable for those of us who watched it, but it also made it a hard sell for a wider audience, because not every viewer was drawn to a show about magical beings and jungle chaos, which may have limited its appeal. Now let's explore why Tak and the Power of Juju didn't become a Nickelodeon staple. Because the show ran for one season with 26 episodes from 2007 to 2009. And though it had reruns on the Nicktoons channel until 2012, it never built a strong fan base. And looking back at audience reactions, the feedback was mixed, and I recall noticing as a kid that it didn't have the same excitement as other shows. So what kept it from resonating? The animation was one point of criticism. While the CGI was colorful, some viewers found the character designs, like Tak's oversized head, a bit unusual. Reviews on other platforms like IMDb that I found noted that the background seemed plain compared to the rich visuals of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which aired around the same time. I didn't mind the animation when I was younger, but I understand why it didn't captivate everyone. And for a show built on its vibrant world, the visuals needed to be more striking. The writing also drew mixed responses. The humor, driven by Tak's magical blunders and the Juju's oddities, felt too random for some. A few online reviews that I found compared it unfavorably to SpongeBob SquarePants, suggesting it lacked sharp writing or compelling characters, and Tak could come across as immature, which might have made him less relatable as a protagonist. I enjoyed the show's playful tone, but I remember feeling some stories didn't always leave a strong impression, relying heavily on similar comedic ideas. The biggest obstacle, though, was competition, because in 2007, Nickelodeon was a home to major hits like SpongeBob, iCarly, and Avatar, just to give out a few examples. And Tak struggled to stand out in that crowded lineup, and its low ratings led to cancellation after one season. It had a unique charm, but it didn't connect with enough viewers to survive, and for those of us who enjoyed it though, it remains a fond memory, even if it never became widely celebrated. So what's the status of Tak and the Power of Juju today? It's largely faded from memory, a show that barely registers in nostalgic discussions, and after its cancellation in 2009, that had reruns on Nicktoons until 2012 and appeared briefly on Nick Rewind in 2016. It was on Paramount Plus from 2021 to 2023, but it was later removed, showing how little demand there was. I've seen a few fans on, several platforms that I explored share fond memories about it, but it lacks the passionate following of shows like Hey Arnold or Invader Zim. The show's short run is a key reason for its obscurity. It didn't have time to create a lasting fan base or memorable moments that people still reference. It also missed out in the cult status that revived other canceled shows. The video games retained some fans who enjoy their platforming style, but the show doesn't get the same love. I think its niche premise and lack of defining characters made it hard for it to endure in popular memory. Is a comeback possible? I'm doubtful. Revivals are common now, but Tak lacks the recognition or fan demand to warrant one. The games might have a chance at a remaster given their small but dedicated following, but a new show seems unlikely. Nickelodeon's focus on bigger properties for streaming, and Tak's quirky style might not align with current animation trends. I'd love to see it revisited, but it's likely to remain a minor part of history. So for those who have watched it, Tak and the Power of Juju is still a nostalgic piece of our childhood. Its magical world and playful humor left a mark, even if it was brief. So you guys could probably tell, just based on the conversation of this video, Tak did what it needed to do around the time when it came to giving us a cartoon to watch throughout the week or weekends, or whenever you had the opportunity to watch it. it gave us a cartoon where we could, sit down, have a fun time with it, watch an episode, get a couple laughs out of it here and there. But overall, it's not really a cartoon I could say that really stands out there when it comes to a lot of these other Nickelodeon cartoons that we grew up with. And that happens to be a common theme because Nickelodeon went through a lot of shows, not just Nickelodeon, but, Cartoon Network and Disney Channel as well, because those were like the three major stations that people were watching a lot of these cartoons. Because for me, they were like back to back. It was like channel 41 for Nickelodeon, channel 42 for Disney, and channel 43 for Cartoon Network. So it's like, it wasn't one of those shows that was like really mind-blowing like a lot of the other ones that we grew up watching that had a whole bunch of movies and just went on for years on end. But it did what it needed to do around the time to, I guess, leave a lasting memory as a kid when it came to the people that had the chance to watch it. So those are a couple of things I can say that it did for me, at least, when it comes to, just having a fun time with it. Probably the best thing I can really say. But now I'm going to leave it up to you guys because I'm very curious to hear, how do you guys feel about Tak and the Power of Juju when it comes to the people that watched it? Did you like the show growing up? Did you not really care about it and had other shows that you enjoyed watching a lot more? Just let me know any thoughts that you have surrounding this series in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you liked what I had to say today, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, see what I'm doing outside of YouTube, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. If you guys want to join my Discord server so you can talk about video games, horror, cartoons, TV shows, and movies, be sure to click on that link pinned in the comment section down below. Once you click on that link, it will automatically direct you to the Discord server so you can talk to me and other people on there as well. So be sure to do so if you are definitely interested in that. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever a new video drops just like this one. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.